So this was my best trade on INDO today. I saw it pushing high a day, and it had a lot of momentum and strength, and it was the front side of the move. So I see it here, and I'm looking for the break at 974. I jump in 3,300 shares, anticipating that break. And the first one is a scratch trade, but I'm like, you know what? That's just a little bit of a fake out. We're going to get that breakout and that break of 10. So I'm looking for a re-entry here. I see it coming back up. I believe I punch it any second here. I'm sort of waiting. I'm like, okay, it's holding, but I'm waiting for a good entry. I'm waiting for there to be a little bit more indication of strength. So there I'm in 960. It's a little choppy, but I'm like, hey, hold through the chop. Trust the pattern. Break of 980. Comes up. We're getting close to 980. It's choppy again. I say hold through the choppiness. Be patient. So I'm holding. It gets a little scary, but I keep holding because I'm trusting in the break of 980 and a push of $10. Looks like I take some off the table. I get a little nervous, but then I add back later as we push 980. So I take I believe I put my share size back up. Boom, 2,700 shares. I'm getting ready for that break at 980, which I was impatient for. Boom, I'm in at 976. Doing a couple scratch trades just because this is a spready stock, but I'm still looking for that break at 980. So we're waiting because it's getting a little shaky here, and I don't want to get stuck in a flush or a sell-off. So I'm waiting for the selling pressure to die off, and I'm waiting for the bulls to come back in. We get a little bit of selling here, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. We did break 979 by a penny. I jump in as soon as I see some green there. I'm thinking, all right, this is our push through 980 to 10. So I'm in 5,000 shares here, and I'm looking for the break of 980. Okay, and it's not the cleanest move ever. I would have liked to have seen a break already, but I saw a big bid there, another big bid. I'm waiting for that pop at 980. Got my finger ready to sell. I already sold some just to be careful, but I want to hold the rest for that break at 980. There's a big bid. That gives me a little bit more confidence. Boom, 974. He breaks at 974. He breaks at 978. Boom, we're at 980, pushing the resistance level. So now activity's coming up. There's the pop. I start selling and lock in one of the nicest wins of the day. Now, we also had NEPT, which was not the easiest to trade, but I saw it back here. My best trade was, let's see, fast forward. This break right here. Let's play it. So I see it. I buy it at 970, looking for that break a high day. Now we get it pretty quickly, but the spreads are a little nasty, so I'm a little worried. We didn't quite break high day right there, but boom, look at how quick this thing shoots off through 992 on INDO. Boom. And I sold early because this thing ends up going to 1070, as you can see here, which sucked, but caught that break a high day. Got in for some quick scalps here, which some of them worked, some of them didn't. That was a nice one right there, and boom, up to $4,000 in INDO. That was not NEPT. NEPT was a little different deal. INDO ended up selling off. I took a loss on it, and then I walked away after it started to sell off. But then NEPT popped up, and this one, this thing spikes here in about a second. Look at how fast this thing spikes. And from there, I knew that there was some serious strength behind this thing. Goes to 954, 955. Seems a little shaky. There's a lot of selling. You would think it would go down, but watch how this thing pops. Look at boom, 958. All right. And then boom, straight through my sell order at 960. Boom, look at that. There it kind of took off, and it got a little choppy, but it did come back, and here it is for the break a high day setup. But it's choppy, and I get chopped out, so it wasn't the cleanest stock ever to trade. Anyways, let's fast forward a little bit. I think we end up getting the break a high day at some point. Let's see. Right there. So I kind of mess up on this. I got chopped around in this chop zone here, but we ended up getting the break a high day. and I totally mess up, and I should have had more share size, and it ended up breaking $3, but I did not get. I did not get. See, you can see here 22.58. That's where I finished at. I did not get very much profit after that first move. So point was, I could have done a lot better on Nept, and sadly, after it broke 310, it sold off. We were way too extended, and I could have jumped in on an entry there at 293, but I figured it was too risky, and so I was like, you know what? Let's just call it. I'm sitting here at $5,000, 5 grand in hand. So I'm gonna walk away with that. 5 grand a day is over $1 million a year if you can maintain 5 grand a day, which I can't. So this is a above average day. This is actually double what an average day is for me. So I'm gonna take it and be happy and grateful for what I got. Certainly there will be more momentum later in the day, power hour. There will be some momentum, but I won't be here for that. I'm going to be working on other things, and so I'm grateful. We had INDO was great. We had Net was great. MRIN choppy, iLag choppy. I'm red on both of them. Luckily, not that red, but there was some patterns on MRIN. Just a little lighter volume. Look at how notchy this is and boxy, and definitely a lot of algos trading this, and that would have made it really difficult to trade. But we had a breakthrough VWAP here. We had a really nice breakthrough VWAP on iLag. Look at this, boom, missed that. That would have been a nice entry up at this flag right here at 352. Add there from 352, ride it up to 370. I wasn't even looking at the stock. Because most of the day, look at it was bouncing below VWAP. And it just so happened that we did get a push here. And actually, I do see possibly a trade here up through 970. Well, we'll see. I really shouldn't be taking any trades. Will we get that break in 371? Maybe. I'm a little worried with all the resistance that we have here, so I'm gonna stay out of it. That was close. But we'll watch it here. Looks like there's too much resistance. So I was looking for possibly a trade up through 371, but I don't think it's worth the risk. I missed the best trades, which is entry at 352, ride the breakout through high day. That was one of the best entries of the day. Totally missed it. So I don't want to get caught in a quick loser on this one, unless it shows a lot of strength right here. I'm not going to jump in. And right now, my finger's on the buy, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. So I gotta. I keep. Oh man. Ooh. Come on, farmer. Where's the self-discipline? Where's the self-discipline, man? Get that self-discipline. Oh man. Anyway, I better shut this thing down before I take a trade. I gotta shut this thing down. I gotta shut it down, man. Man, it's coming down. I just want to see it flush so I can give it up. Don't tell me it's gonna go here. Come on, baby. Just flush so I don't get tempted in. You got buying here. It's awfully tempting. Let's see if these sellers get out of the way. They're not budging. Oh, one of them just budged. I'll get in with 2,700 shares, not anything more. Hmm. Wow. now I'm stuck in this trade. I have to cut it. So now I'm definitely finishing at 5 grand in hand. So again, I gotta shut it down, guys. It's like a slot machine here, and if I sit here too long, I'm gonna start losing. So gotta shut it down before I screw up anymore. So that's my recap, guys. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. If you'd like to see some live trading in the future, subscribe and like. Definitely will be on the table, but I gotta shut this thing down because I have zero discipline. So with that said, guys, take it easy.